What's going on with IamSarine? Welcome back to my channel. I am Serene, and today's video is a quick recap of Love is Blind season 2 because I think I should say something about it, but I didn't think this season was good enough for me to be doing any reviews of episodes. It was actually quite boring. I think that they should have probably brought Cameron and Lauren out to potentially even host the reunion. I think that what are the late? I don't know, that woman and her husband. I don't think they should have been the ones doing the hosting of the show, because I feel Lauren and Cameron are the reason why that show even blew up. But you know, who am I? I don't work in TV, so I don't know. But I think it would have been a bit better if they marketed it that way. And then this season just was not giving what it was supposed to give. I feel like almost as if people went in with different ideas, not different ideas, but they seemed less genuine than the first cast. But that could just be me. But yeah, I don't think this season was all that good. But this is good. Let me put a disclaimer. This is gonna be a short video, maybe 10 minutes, because I don't think I have a lot to say per se. But I'm just gonna touch on each couple. I realized that in the last season we got a bit more coverage when it came to the other people that were in the show. This one we kind of focused on the same set of people, and it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Like it was so I don't know, boring. Like generally, when the first few episodes came out, I watched all of it. I fell asleep through half of it. I think my boyfriend ended up watching most of it by himself, and then the other ones came out, and then I was like, I don't really want I don't really care. But I did obviously finish it because I wanted to see how some people turned out and what happened. So now I'm gonna come and give my commentary. But you know, it is what it is, child. So we're gonna start with Danielle and Nick, and I'm probably gonna put their pictures over here. Today I am filming in the bedroom because I'm tired. I just came back home from girls' night, so I'm like, my face is done, so we can film a video. Let's film a video and get it over with. So, and then I'm gonna film an intro for my Denmark vlog, because I realized that I just started vlogging and I hadn't introduced the video. So while I'm still editing that, I'm just gonna film an intro for that one time, and you know, so it looks a little fresh or whatever. So we have Danielle and Nick. Nick is the guy that showers 2 times a day, and his parents or his family had a problem with it, and I was just like, there's something wrong. It's not like he's showering 4 times a day. Like 2 times a day is pretty okay. That is okay. I thought it was interesting that they were trying to tell her that, oh, have you seen him shower twice a day? Like that is a problem. I was like, that is not a problem. Also, I think Nick needs to what do I say so I get cancelled on the internet? He needs to look inward, and he needs to look at himself and decide what he really wants. If you know, then you know what I'm talking about. As for Danielle, first of all, I don't like or dislike her. I feel like she needs therapy. I mean, all of us need therapy, but every time she gets into conversation with somebody, she tells them she's insecure. You know, I had all these problems. And I'm like, girl, like that is not attractive. Like I don't understand how he is willing to stay and deal with that, because how can every conversation be, I'm insecure? I have problems, I'm insecure. That is so that was just cringy, because I'm just like, if you know that you have all of these issues, getting married to somebody is not what you do. You go and you get yourself checked out, like you work on yourself, so you love yourself. I didn't understand that. But they got married in the end. They are one of the couples, because only 2 couples this season actually got married. So they were one of the couples that got married, and in the reunion they seem happy. I am not that interested in their relationship to wonder if they're still together now. Y'all could do that and tell me in the comment section down below. But yeah, we're not. That's not it. Then we're gonna talk about Mallory and the singing, the singing Mexican. Was he Mexican? Okay, scrap that. I don't know if he was Mexican, but he sang a lot. Him and that ukulele went everywhere. He sang for Mallory all the time. I actually thought it was annoying. I don't know if anyone thought it was romantic or attractive. Like, I was so annoyed. Every time he started to sing, I used to be like, oh my gosh, shut up. Like, just stop. Like, why are you singing? And she used to just be looking at him, and I'm like, girl, you don't like that guy, but it's fine. We're gonna get to the point where the both of you don't get married. And guess what? They did not get married. And I think she knew that he wasn't her type. Because I'm being honest, like, when they come out and they finally see each other, you can see in their faces that they're not feeling each other, you know? She looks so unsure. And it showed through, you know, even when she had that conversation with Jarrett at the beach or wherever they were. And, you know, we can get to Jarrett and his bad behavior, but they just wasn't, you know, I could tell that I don't think that they would have made it to end. She didn't really like him that much. And it showed. So, you know, all's well that ends well. She don't have to hear him sing. And also, was he at work? Oh, he was a part of, like, the tourism industry, something. And I'm like, it's a pandemic. And now oil is expensive, or gas, petrol, fuel, whatever you call it. It's expensive. So where you going? Nowhere. But cool. Didn't last. Did not get married. He said no. And that's fine. That's fine. Now we have Natalie and Shane. So obviously, as you can tell, I've left like the more important couples down to the bottom. The ones with a bit more juice down to the bottom. So we have Natalie and Shane. I don't have a lot to say about Natalie's personality. As much as I feel like she was so complicit with certain things. Like, I don't think she fought to have a voice in the relationship. But I'm gonna talk about Shane. No, the first time I saw Shane, I was thinking to myself, does this guy do drugs? Like, his tongue just hanged outside of his mouth. Like, he was just like, and his teeth, whatever, I don't know if they were freshly done, so his mouth hadn't relaxed yet. I don't know what's going on. And he's just like, and I'm just like, oh, he does drugs, you know, allegedly. Probably, assuming, because he was just acting like wild. And I'm like, you doing drugs, little white boy? Are you doing drugs? I don't know, but that's literally how I felt about him. And I almost felt like she wanted more of a emotional connection. At least that's how it appeared to me, especially when they first met in the beginning. And he just wanted to talk about sex and having sex with her. And it just made me wonder, like, is it like a fetish? Like, you know, they didn't really explore that idea on the show. But I wanted to know if it was a fetish. Like, did he genuinely really like her? Was he that attracted to her? I don't know. But in the reunion, they did seem really heartbroken that they did not get married, and you know, but Shayna was at the reunion. Shayna was the one that was Christian, and her chosen partner was an atheist. I know how I feel about that. Well, okay, no, let me tell you how I feel about that. I feel like if you have somebody that is like hardcore atheist, you do not have time. We do not have time. If you know that your hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' love and righteousness, don't date an atheist. Don't accept their proposal. There's no point. And I feel like he was one of those people that was just not. I found him very disrespectful, because you know this is important to her. You know this is important to her family. And when he goes there and they ask him, does he know Jesus? He's just like, who's that? And I'm just like, don't be an idiot. Like you could say you know what that is, but you could tell them you don't believe in it. Don't be there acting like this is your first time you landed on Earth and you're just trying to see what the aliens are doing. No, like I found it so ridiculous. I'm just like, you're not even trying, and you expect that her family's gonna accept you and she's gonna want to get married to you, and you don't even know how to just save face. Like if you really care, you would just save face. But Shayna had met up with the gang. I think they were having like a meetup of all the cast members. And she's there talking to Shane, talking about she feels that his relationship with Natalie is fake. And I'm just like, this is not about to be another... What was the girl from last year? With Amber and Barnett. And whatever the little white girl was called, with Jessica. I was just like, God, please don't let this be another love triangle. Jessica 2.0, but it didn't really turn into that, so that was good. But at the reunion, it sounded as if Shayna and Shane had meet up, but they didn't want to explore that thought process during the interviews. I mean, during the reunion, and I'm like, y'all did something, guys. I'm so gassy. Sorry. Y'all did something. But they didn't really want to explain it, and she just respected his decision not to talk about it. But time will tell, because I know these people are gonna follow them up, and then before you know it, we'll see the blogs talking about it here, there, and everywhere. So it is what it is. Now we're gonna talk about Dipty and Shay, and I feel like this is the one that really hurt me the most, because she really likes him and he dogged her out the entire time. He dogged her out. He did. He spoke about her so nastily behind her back, to the point where even Shane had better advice than I would expect, where he's just like, listen, you can't think like that, just have sex with her. You know, like just get over that hump, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. Because everyone is telling him like she's gorgeous. Everyone is telling him that Dipty is gorgeous, and then he's talking about he thinks he's with his aunt. And I'm just like, first of all, Shake, you need to just reevaluate your mind and find out what that in-depth self-hate is all about, because surely you know you're not with your aunt. And I'm very sure Dipty does not look like your aunt. And even if she did look like your auntie, she is not your auntie. So why are you acting as if like it's impossible for you, an Asian man, to like an Asian woman? Like, it's so mind-blowing when people do and say stuff like that. And I know I'm dating a white guy, potentially gonna marry a white guy, you know, but I'm never gonna be like, oh, can't be with a black guy because he looks like my brother. That is so stupid. Like, what do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. And his behavior was just absolutely ridiculous. And you know, they went to the parents' house, and I was thinking to myself, when people are on these like reality type show where the cameras follow you around and record everything you say, I think to myself, do you guys not know we're gonna see this? Are you gonna hope that they edit it out? Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, it always makes me wonder, like, are you guys just going to lally in their head? Like, what is wrong? He spoke so badly about her. Even his mom told him that, you know, she deserves somebody that is gonna give her and accept her 100% of her. He's talking about, oh, this is the best support he's ever had, whatever. And all he's wondering about is blue-eyed and blonde hair white girls. Why? Because they don't look like auntie? And you know, even generally, when they got together, I was so surprised, because I thought to myself that he was so nasty in the parts. You know, he spoke about women being like, just, you could tell he was insinuating about not wanting women that are larger than a certain size, and you know, they need to look a certain way. He was so physical, so physical, and it was just bad. And I was just thinking to myself, like, you know, her parents would have had to watch the way he spoke about their daughter to everyone, because he literally went around telling everyone. And I'm just like, guy, that is not attractive. It's not cute. It's not nice. And then if he couldn't have gotten any worse, he came to the reunion and showed out. And not in a nice way. He kept interrupting. You know, it's almost as if he was embarrassed, but just kept digging himself an extra hole for the internet to go wild on him. Because genuinely, I was just like, could you just shut up? Like, you're defending yourself and trying to speak for everyone else on the cast. No one needs you to speak for them. You did this to yourself. Because he was just like, oh, you know, it's editing and this is how it is. No, this is not how it is. And everyone in the cast confirmed that it was even worse. So, you know, we probably only saw 50% of the stuff that he said. And that is absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. I did not like that. I'm very sure he's probably not going to get married to an Indian girl. And I'm not saying that he has to, but you don't have to dog them out just because you don't want them. If you get what I'm saying. Now, our last couple, Ayana and Jarrett. And I like them together. I don't think she should get married to him, because this is the second couple that did get together and stay together. I don't know if I would have get married to him if I were her, but I like them together. I didn't like how they got to where they got to. So for example, he proposed to Mallory first. Mallory told him no, and then he came to Ayana, and I'm like, wants to be second best in anything, especially a woman, knowing that she came second to another woman. That's not nice. And I mean, like, he almost seemed like he redeemed himself, but then him and Mallory had that conversation on the beach that kind of stirred things back up. But I felt like almost as if like Ayana has dealt with it in a really good way, guys. I would have that ain't for me. That ain't for me. That type of dealing with stuff like that, that's not for me. I wouldn't have dealt with it that way, but she dealt with it pretty well. Even with him going out, and she gave him a coffee of 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was just like, well, I would like to know where any guy that I'm dating and living with is coming home at 3 a.m. Do you work for emergency services? Why are you on the government road at 3 a.m.? Coming from where? Coming from where? No, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, she's dealing with stuff in such an interesting way, and I don't know if they found like a balance now, but 3 a.m. is definitely not okay. You can't just be outside. What? No. But I can't really say a lot about their relationship, because after that little hump with the Mallory saga, they seem to be fine. What I did like was her step-parents, or adopted parents, sorry. When they asked him what he liked about her, he was telling everybody, oh, she's so strong. And I am so tired of black men calling black women strong, or anybody calling black women strong. Like, I understand that we might be a bit more resilient, and that's because we're forced to do so, because we have to. But that is not a quality that, you know, you should be admiring. Something like, you know, she's kind, she's intelligent, she's you know, this, she's that. Not just she's strong, so that she could deal with more stuff. Because it's almost as if like they hear you're strong, and then they want to just give you more than you can freaking bear. No. And I like that her adoptive mom was just like, yeah, she's strong, but what do you actually like about her? What about her personality? Not just that she's strong. So I'm glad that they pointed that out. But, you know, they might work as well. Just as well that Nick and Danielle might work. But I wish them the best of luck, because I know I would have left his ass a while ago. I wouldn't have accepted his proposal, but you know, they're together, they seem happy and in love. So this is my thoughts about Love is Blind. It was a very boring season. I hope season 3 is a lot better, and they plan it a lot better in terms of having hosts that are a bit more enthusiastic. Because I feel like man and his wife, they're not really in the shows. Like, I feel like they're a bit dull, you know, like, you know, very flatline. And we need people that have personality, that are gonna ask the hard-hitting questions and really get into asking these people what they were thinking about. Because the times that they just allowed Shake to just be running his gab, no, it had to be the cast members that was shutting him down. And I'm just like, y'all need to control the stage. This is your stage. Tell Shake, zip it. Because he was just digging a bigger hole. Like, ugh. No, we don't like that. But guys, this is the end of my commentary on Love is Blind season 2. Very boring and anticlimactic season. But we have 2 couples that last, and that was Danielle and Nick and Ayana and Jarrett. And we had the season's mistake as a Shake. And I hope that Dipty finds the love that she deserves, because she seems like a real sweetheart. When she rejected him, I'm so sorry to have to go back, but when she rejected him at the altar, I almost cried, because I was just like, I'm so glad she's picked herself. Because I know if she had said yes and she rewatched that episode being married to him, she wouldn't be able to take it. Or maybe he was hoping that she said yes so he could be the first to say no, but we got rid of his ass first. Yes, perfect. So guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked my video. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about Love is Blind season 2. And what do you think about the couples? And how do you think Shake's behavior was? Like, I've never seen such a big old train wreck on television in so long. Especially when it comes to someone acting in this way. So it'll be nice to hear what you guys think. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.